whilst my phone was behaving strangely, I decided that it was important for me to look into how phone hacking works, what could be done, and whether my experiences reflected others, because I believe that my phone has essentially become this tool to feed me clues. But I didn't know what was possible. So at the beginning, I admit that I did not think that the phones could be hijacked and compromised in the way that I've discovered they can be. So if you don't think that this is possible, I am about to blow your mind, because there is one really prominent real-world example that has been validated by 80 researchers, and that is the Israeli Pegasus software, which has been discovered to essentially transform phones into surveillance devices. So they can monitor your calls, anything on your screen, your files, your camera, your microphone, everything in your phone just becomes accessible, totally accessible. And the scariest thing about this is that they don't even need they don't need any action from you to place this on your phone. It's a 0-click exploit that they've got. So you don't have to click a bad link. You can't guard against it with antiviruses. It just sneaks in unknown and just sits on your phone. And obviously they have been monitoring huge numbers of people. I think it's 20,000 phone numbers that they found this from. And they were using it to monitor journalists, activists, business people, politicians, you name it. So people, their phones had been entirely compromised and turned into surveillance machines. They literally can just choose a phone and target it, which is batshit. Absolutely batshit. So obviously there are more Trojans, spyware and malware out there that can do similar things. So I decided to do a deep dive on just how much these surveillance pieces of software can do. So let's dig down with some questions. So the first question is, can hackers see through your camera, i.e. put you under surveillance? And the answer is yes. Yes, that can be done. And it can be done in a way that makes it very difficult to tell that this is happening. Some of the indicators you might find are like the little green dot that turns up when your phone is recording, might just randomly pop up. And oftentimes it will then disappear because it's kind of hiding itself. Or you might find that third-party apps suddenly open. And the other thing that might happen is you might find that there is files of camera files that you don't remember taking. So my next question was, can hackers see what's on your screen? And the answer was resoundingly, yes, they can. And that is terrifying, because obviously we all use our phones to access various things like online banking, emails, what have you. If someone can see your screen, they can see your password that you are putting in, and they will be able to access your accounts. And this is done through a process called phone mirroring. So they can just see everything that you're doing easily enough. And it's scary because this isn't just something that people can do through malware and spyware. They can also do this through intercepting the communications that you have between a hotspot, so an unprotected hotspot, by linking up to the same hotspot, hackers can then access you and the data that you are using and moving around. Very scary. Can phone hackers access your phone remotely? And the answer again is yes. They can do all sorts of things, like they can open apps, they can move files around, delete files, they can turn the camera on, they can do such a multitude of different things. Like sometimes this is done, you can sort of watch it happening through a phenomenon known as ghost swipes, and it just looks like someone is using your phone without you even touching it. Can phone hackers access your files and monitor your calls? Yeah. The last question I asked was kind of more for my particular situation than the general public, but I also asked whether hackers can essentially choose what displays on your screen and hide information from view. And thankfully, it looks like they can't. I'll go into the implications of that in a minute, from my point of view, but it seems that you are secure that way. So what are the signs that your phone has been hacked? You might have high data use, your battery might be draining quickly, you might be getting strange texts and calls, you might see unfamiliar apps on your phone that you didn't download, you might be getting a load of pop-ups and ads, you might notice that your phone is performing poorly, you might have a phone that is crashing frequently, and you might have unexplained camera or microphone activity. Ultimately, the best way to stop yourself from being hacked is to keep your phone up to date with where updates are concerned and to install an antivirus software. I wish I could give you some advice of what to do when you've been hacked, but I don't know. I think it's probably a case of, if you believe that you're being surveilled like that, change your phone. So how does this relate to my situation? It has made me all the more certain that my phone has been hacked and that it's being used as a surveillance device. Whoever it is that's decided to do this has clearly decided that they're going to do this come what may, because I changed my phone and it immediately was compromised. It would explain the fact that I've had my emails and my bank accounts hacked, that given that they can see what's on my screen. It would also explain how the phone was responding to things that was happening in my vicinity, because they could see what was happening in my life through my camera. And obviously, I've said that hackers can't change what's on your phone screen and hide information from you, but that is something I've experienced. You know, I can't see the comments on my videos. I can't see, well, I don't know what I can't see because I can't see it, you know? So I guess I am just dealing with some really sophisticated hackers. Anyway, unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to be living under surveillance for a while. I don't know why, because I am not an interesting person in the remotest. I am an unemployed 30-odd-year-old who is not involved in anything political or business-wise, so I don't know why. But someone's decided to do this. I guess that is all to do with the alternate reality game. But I just have to live with it, unfortunately. But yes, technology is terrifying, as it turns out. So be careful and take all the measures you can to protect yourself. I can say from experience, it's awful when it happens to you. So prevention is better than dealing with it when it actually happens. So stay safe, basically, my friends. Anyway, I am hoping that that video was decently informative for you, because I think we need to be talking more openly about this sort of stuff, because people believe that their phones and computers are safe and they don't, you never think it's going to happen to you, do you? So thank you for watching, and if you thought that it was interesting, drop me a like, comment or subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!